Hi, welcome to Booked. Booked. My name is Becky Murphy. Today there are students watching from all 50 states and more than 13 countries. So cool. I love to read books and I also love to make books. Today with all of you watching, I see I'm not alone.
Hello.
Hey! Hello, my name is Matt. My name is Emerson.
And I'm Abby.
Hello. Hi. Hi, I'm Will. We are the Literacy Committee at Juicer School in Alberta, Canada.
We're the Piedmont Panthers in Minnesota.
Michigan. Illinois. I live in Missouri and St. Louis. Murray, Kentucky.
We're the Creative Youth Collective in San Francisco, California.
And you're watching Booked.
Booked. And you're watching Booked.
Booked.
And you're watching Booked.
This is Booked. You are watching a thing called Booked. If you've ever loved a story, you've been booked. People reading graphic novels, they got booked. Read about a famous person, you got booked. Travel to a different world, you've been booked. Anything is possible when you're booked. Booked.
Hello everybody, welcome. We have so many people watching, Kristi. This is incredible.
That's awesome.
We have students joining us from places all over. Oh, I'm sorry, the logo is on your head. So I made name tags for us, Kristi. And let's see if they show up. Oh, here we go. They didn't. Well, it seemed like a good idea.
That's okay. There's only two of us. I think they can remember us.
Oh, there.
Oh.
Well, let's see.
mess.
Kristi is your name, and that's my name. Well, we're off to a grand start. We have so many fun things to do today. So my name's Brad, and
I'm Kristi.
we live in a wonderful town in Tennessee. We get to make things for kids and former kids. We make books, and today we're going to be celebrating some young authors. We have a story to share with you. We have a craftivity, and we're going to give you a special behind-the-scenes look at a book, a new book that we've been working hard on.
Yes.
So we want to say hi to a few of you watching. We have some students watching in Eagle, Michigan, third graders. You were part of the Med Opera project with us to Acosta Elementary. Hello.
Hey, we also want to say hey to Lewis and Clark Elementary in Missoula, Montana.
Prairie View Elementary, you watching over there at Lee's Summit. You have a book fair today, and I wish I were with you. That would be fun.
I also want to say hi to International School of Monterey in Seaside, California, and a special hello to Clint and Kim.
We also have people of all ages watching. Kristi, we have everyone from pre-K to high school to college, and we even have some teacher candidates at California State. Hello, you're going into the right profession. because teachers rule.
Yes.
To Jamie at Grove Elementary in Bloomington, Illinois. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, Monroe Elementary in Norman, Oklahoma, and also the students at Pratsiv School in Ukraine, right outside of Kyiv. Hello, Miss Carmela and students.
Isn't that incredible? We also have the Kindness Ninjas, you guys over there. I know what you're up to in Swift Current, and the Globe Academy in Atlanta, Georgia. There's so many of you. More than 500 of you have tuned in today, and we're thrilled. We're thrilled you're here. One of the things that we have is we also, can you want to grab some of these? We have some of you will be, because you sent in videos or you're part of this project with us, we have some prizes that some of you will be receiving later. We have one classroom today is going to be getting, this is a tiny book. It's one of the first books that I made. It's called Stars. They're just like us. And you're going to get one for your whole classroom. We also have another classroom is going to be getting maps. For all of you who participate, you are entered. We're going to be doing a drawing after the program. Also, a teacher is going to be getting a special signed copy of Becoming Better Grown-Ups. And then we have these books that you're going to be getting. One classroom is going to be getting The Circles All Around Us, a signed edition, and then a special secret edition of the Fantastic Bureau of Imagination, where I'm going to be hiding some drawings that are just for your class. And then I thought this would be fun. One class is going to be getting, this is one of my favorite authors. Do you ever have favorite books? And then this is one of my favorite authors is James Marshall. And one special classroom today is getting copies of Georgia Martha's One Fine Day for your whole class, just because we love it. So thanks for tuning in. Thanks for celebrating books. Today it's not just about the books we love to read. It's also about how cool it is that we can make books. So I wanted to start by sharing a story, and this is a story that is about a bird. Now, Kristi and I get to make lots of different kinds of books and go places and do things. And one classroom asked this question. They were asking, how do you come up with your stories? Where do they come from? And so I wanted to share with you that it's a process. And this is a story I want to share with you that I wrote several years ago, and it's been growing. And I will share it sometimes in classrooms, and kids have helped make this story better. And so I want to share with you today the story of a bird. Sorry, the bird's on your head. Yeah, it's a bird. This is a story of the odd bird. The odd bird. All the birds sing beautiful songs. It's what they were made to do. But every now and then, like us, even birds forget this too. Like meet my little friend Rodney. He's shy as he can be. He has so many lovely songs to sing, but he just hides away in his tree. He listens as the other birds with their voices fill the air, wishing he could also sing like them without a care. One day, a squirrel who was Rodney's friend climbed up and asked him, "Why? You spend all day hiding in your tree? Bird friend, why are you so sad?" Well, Rodney the bird lowered his head and let out a deep, deep sigh. "Well, I guess I can tell you, you're my friend. Here's the reason why. All the other birds sing with such ease, like Cardinal and Claire and James. But I could never sing like them. You see, my song, it just doesn't sound the same. I'm really into hip hop," said Rodney. "You know, laying down sick beats." The squirrel looked very confused, and Rodney said, "Here, I'll show you what I mean." So Rodney pulled out a microphone and hit play on a sound machine and let out some rhymes and songs like nothing the squirrel had ever seen. Rhymes that filled and shook the branches and lit up the tree that day, the sound of which all the other birds simply couldn't look away. What is Rodney doing?" said one bird. Another asked, "Rodney, is something wrong?" I'm not sure what I'm hearing, but I don't think it's called a song." Did he just sing a little piece from a song by Cardinal? Did he place it with a song by Claire? I think that's called a remix, said one bird. The birds had never thought to share. Now, at this point in the story, I do wish I could tell you that it was very good things happened for Rodney. He sang this song, and I wish I could tell you all the birds loved it, but I must be honest with you because you students are awesome. I need you to know this, that, well, Rodney sang his song, and some of the birds were upset. Some left and didn't like it and left nasty tweets. But many of them hung around, though, to hear more of Rodney's strange new beats. Rodney hadn't realized just how far his sound had spread, and for all these years he'd kept the songs locked up inside his head. Now all around him birds were singing and dancing as far as his eyes could see. Because that's what happens when you're brave enough to sing the song you were made to sing. So sing on, dear birds. Sing right now, the song that must be sung. The world's in need of your new different music, and dear birds, you're the ones. Don't listen as the other birds, or worry that they might be birds you would annoy. The world's in need of birds like you who'll bravely sing with joy. So bravely sing with joy, dear birds. Sing on, sing on. And that's the story. It started, you can see the drawings even changed over time. I was really struggling with how to draw him here. He looks like, I really had to figure it out. And part of what gives me courage to be creative is the fact that I have friends. I have Kristi, who helps me make things, and I also get to spend time with lots of cool students like you. When I hear stories from you as students, I mean, watching this right now, we have not only a whole bunch of readers from around the world, we also have a whole bunch of young authors. And I've got to meet from some of you. A lot of you even sent me things. Look, we have students in, we have young authors in Camarillo, California, second graders who are having a local young authors fair. I mean, you guys, that's amazing. We also have Edmonton, Alberta. There's the young authors in that classroom with Miss Kristi. We have in the Pike Road schools in Pike Road, Alabama. You're a whole bunch of makers. And then there's some really cool students in California that have this creative youth collective, and they are writing stories. They share them with each other. And some of you sent in some videos. I want to share with you some work from some young author friends. And I want you to watch this because it's pretty cool.
Hi, my name is Gemma from Borland Elementary in Michigan, and you're watching Booked.
I'm watching Booked.
Hello, my name is Shepard. I wrote a book. It's called Pizza Guy. It's about a slice of pizza who comes to life with powers and becomes a superhero.
This is a new book that I made about some of my fun times in third grade, and it's about my friends that really helped me and had fun for me with third grade.
I like writing stories because it helped me stay creative. I think that anyone can write a book, they just need to have a story.
It's really, really hard to start, but if you have an idea, I would try to persevere with it.
My name is Callan Hendrick. I am attending North Elementary School in Murray, Kentucky. We're watching Booked.
One way that it's so inspiring to see when somebody has the courage to make something and share it. I mean, we make books together, but like our kids make books too. This is a book our son made. The Floor is Lava. And what blows me away, he's constantly making books, and I'm inspired by his courage to create things and draw things, and to help you. Maybe we have an activity that's been really fun to do together, where if you have a piece of paper, you can grab just a plain sheet of paper, And one of the fun things to do is to share something. So we'll give you a prompt and we'll say to make a scribble. And I've done this with students before. I'll show you, like, they can make a scribble and then they hand their scribble to the person next to them. And so once they get that scribble, then they are asked to turn it into something. And so students have taken scribbles that other people made, and then they're able to turn them into art. This turned into a really cool yodeler, a yodel. This was, they just, someone scribbled very furiously and then they turned it into a face. This one was kind of cool. They took a very small scribble and said, oh, this is going to be a lollipop. These were some students in Oklahoma that visited their classrooms. And you can also do this with paint. We've done this here where I'll make paint blobs. And then my daughter actually will then turn them into whatever she sees from the paint blob. So here's some here where she took some paint blobs and turned them into cars and roads and puppies and all sorts of things. And so all you'd have to do is you start by, Kristi, you want to get a blank sheet of paper too? And I'm going to make a scribble and then you make a scribble and then we'll trade scribbles. So we'll begin with, oh yeah. Yeah, there you go. Oh, nice.
There's the one I made.
What is this going to turn into? I could turn it into anything. Oh man, this is, so you and wherever you are, I don't know what this scribble could become. Maybe, I don't know what you see, but I see that maybe it's a person with a face, and
mine looks like a dress, so I'm adding in some arms.
Oh, well, maybe it's got a nose like that. It's a very fancy dog, maybe. Yeah, it's a very fancy dog. And yeah, he's got a little dog ear there, and yeah. Oh, you've got a lady in a blue dress and a dog. This is an activity you can do anytime. But what's cool about it is you take a mess and you make it into a masterpiece. And that's kind of what we do all the time, right? Like you find a crumple, some sort of thing that maybe other people might throw away. This is a little crumply piece of paper that I threw away, but then realized, oh, he's so cute, and I gave him a face. And sometimes we mess up, and that leads to the really fun things. You can take a scribble and turn it into something really wonderful. And that's kind of what I've seen students do in lots of different ways, where you encourage me and inspire me, because I see you take all sorts of messes that maybe are given to you and you can turn them into something beautiful. That's what creativity is. I've visited students in all 50 states, and in person and virtually, in so many different settings. And one of the things that I've learned is that there's so many young people, you young readers and writers, who take things that might be a mess around you and you turn it into something really beautiful, because life doesn't always go as planned, as seen by this ice cream cone falling down. And so we decided we were going to do this where you take a mess and then make something really fun out of it. And we threw a party, and we called this party a FAIL-A-BRATION. Like if you ever messed up, you know, it said something that just didn't go right. So we threw a party and it was called a FAIL-A-BRATION. And at the party, like at first I wasn't quite sure what to call it. FAIL-A-BRATION, it's like celebration, but you're celebrating, you know, when you mess up. Now, why would you do that? Well, we called it, you know, we had lots of different names for what this party could be. We invited our friends, invited some really impressive people who've won awards and had best-selling books and built businesses, but they weren't allowed to talk about that. Instead, they got on stage and they had to share something that went wrong, like something that didn't work out. So it was like if you've ever seen a TED Talk or a big fancy speech, it was like that except terrible. They were telling something that went wrong. And when they shared these stories, everybody in the room gave them a standing ovation at the end. Like, because sometimes it was funny. Like one of my friends is an actress and she told a story about being in an audition and she did terrible. She fell down. And it was like we were laughing, but also we were feeling pain because we understood what that felt like for things not to go right. We had lots of fun with the party where even on your name tag, you weren't allowed to spell it right. So like if your name was Brian, you would put brain. My name is Brad, and so my name tag said bread. We also did other fun things where, I thought it takes courage to just talk about when things didn't go right. And so I wanted to have these cookies that were about, this courageous, this nice little party gift. But the cookies didn't turn out right. They themselves were sort of a failure. This is what they looked like.
They expanded as they cooked, and then we just kind of went with it and decorated them and turned them into weird little blobby animals.
Yeah, so it really sort of worked out. Sometimes these little mishaps end up being funnier than it would have if it had been perfect. That's sort of the fun of it, is that it's about trying things and learning that sometimes things will work out, sometimes they don't, but you're not alone. And we threw this party, and then people started like posting about it on the news and writing articles about it. And then other people started going, I want to throw a fail-a-bration too. Like, we want to throw a party. Classrooms started having their own fail-a-brations. Look at this. These are some students who had a fail-a-bration where they shared things where they had tried something and it didn't quite work out, but they learned from it. Teachers shared about it. I found that a lot of students, if they were maybe worried about testing or something, they would have these fail-a-bration parties where teachers would share about things that didn't go right, but they had the courage to try. And it was really incredible to see people, like grown-ups were throwing fail-a-brations. I did one this summer with over 5,000 teachers, and all of them were gathered to have this big party, and they talked about things that didn't go well. And the more I learned about this, I started to realize that lots of kids, like young people like you, like 1 in 3 young people are hurting, are dealing with, they're so worried, they're so full of anxiety. There's this study that was done that 1 in 3 kids are so worried about things that like they have a hard time. And then I started to realize that, oh, that was me. This is me when I was a kid, cute little freckle-faced kid. And yet I kind of like wasn't a great student all the time. I didn't feel like I was very good at math, and I was trying to be a better student, and I was trying different things, and it wasn't going well, and I sort of like saw myself as a failure. Now that's not true. I'm not a failure. It doesn't mean I didn't feel that way. Like I felt like I wasn't enough. I wasn't good enough. And so I started thinking about that, and I started feeling like I don't want any kid in the world to feel that way. And I want them to have the courage to try things because it makes me so happy. Like you saw these kids writing stories. I mean, what kind of world would it be if a kid like Shepard wasn't making Pizza Man? Like, that's so cool. And that you guys are all having the courage to show up and write and do things. I want more of that. And so I want there to be more parties around celebrating, hey, you tried something. And maybe it didn't go perfectly, but you learned, and we can learn from you, and you're not in this alone. So part of a big reveal we want to share with you, our friends who are watching this, so we promised there'd be a big reveal. We've been working on a new picture book. And now, here's the thing. I was working on a totally different book, a book we were very excited about. And it's a story that I love. And yet, I really wanted kids to have this. I want there to be parties around courage and creativity and collaboration together. And so are you all ready for the big reveal? You will be the first people to see this. Our new book is called FAIL-A-BRATION, and I'm going to show you the cover. Do you want to see the cover? I'll show you the cover. Here's the cover. The book, there it is, FAIL-A-BRATION. It's gonna be a book, and it comes out in September, which is really fast. That's the book. And you know what's really fun? We had so much fun, not just because we care about the idea behind it, but also the way we made it. Like, we made it out of things you might have thrown away otherwise. Lots of materials. I'll show you just like, I can't show you the whole thing yet, but like I did these sketches of people, this is a guy who wrecked his bike and his friends are coming together to help him. But I would do these sketches, and Kristi's this incredible artist who would take my sketches and then find paper and she would cut them together and find paper we would have thrown away otherwise in different materials. And you want to talk about what you would do?
Yeah, so we cut apart some paper. I used Brad's sketches and then photographed all of those and then brought them back into my iPad and the computer and drew on top of them and added all kinds of details and made the finished art that way. And so the book isn't out yet and we don't even have a copy of it yet. It's currently in the process of being printed, but we did get some proofs from the printer. And so this, you can see, this is kind of what they send us whenever they're in the process of working on stuff. That will kind of show what it will look like. And I don't know if you can kind of see it on this, but see how it's shiny, like on the whole? It's gonna have a little bit of a spot gloss. And so that's a fancy term for whenever part of the cover is shiny, but not all of it. But you can see this one, we actually did 2 layers too, where I had a whole cover that was the yellow part and the ripped out torn part, and then I built this whole picture underneath it, and so we photographed it that way. And so we actually cut letters out and then glued them onto the banners and things like that. And we also use bits of string and all sorts of things. There's blobs of paint, lots of real materials, so it feels very 3D. And so whenever you see the book, it'll feel like you can touch all of these textures and actually interact with them.
Yeah, and one of the things we found that we love is not only do we love telling stories, we love stories that inspire more stories. Like our last book, The Fantastic Bureau of Imagination. Like, I get mail all the time from students who are reading the book and then they write poetry, or they want to create something, or they have some idea that they've imagined. And this book, we hope, as you look at it, it makes you want to make something. It makes you want to try something. And so you guys, you can support the book. Obviously, already, like today's the first day, we're announcing it. You can go to FAIL-A-BRATION.com and you can see where you can get the book from your local bookstore. Not only can you do that there, but we want to invite you to be part of a challenge. Today we have people from all over the country and all over the world. We would like there to be a fail-a-bration in every single state. So 50 fail-a-brations is what we're looking for, the 50 fail-a-brations challenge. And maybe your community could be one of them. In September of this coming September, we want you to host a party. It can be, you know, with your schoolmates. It could be with your whole school, your class. You can host a party. And you sign up here, and you're going to get information this summer about what that looks like, how to do it. It's really fun. And then we're also going to be traveling. We're going to get to go to different schools and communities, bookstores, libraries, to talk about the book, to share the book, to make scribbles, make messes, make masterpieces, and spend time with you, because that's what we love to do. And today we got to spend some really great time with all of you. I got to share a story about a bird that means a lot to me, an odd bird. And you know what? The world got plenty of ordinary. We need some people being out of ordinary. We've had enough business as usual. We need you to be unusual. So read books, make books, tell stories, live stories. And we're so glad that you were here with us. I know watching this, there are so many young people and so many teachers who are remarkable, who have big, beautiful ideas, who have things that the world needs to hear, that I need to hear, Kristi needs to hear, that all the people around you need to know. So I hope you can find the courage to share it. I hope you know you're not alone. If maybe you feel afraid to share something, but there's a whole lot of other people who felt that too, and they're excited to spend time with you. This is a thumbs up. That wasn't what I was gonna show you, but this is a drawing I did that's of a stubborn optimist. An optimist is somebody who sees the best, who believes that good things are possible. And someone who's stubborn is like, I'm gonna be optimistic no matter what. What keeps me a stubborn optimist is spending time with students like you. Your messages, your videos, your emails, your stories, your comics, all these cool things that you're doing, they give me and the world and the people around you a whole lot of hope. So keep doing it. And just like our friend Sparky in the Fantastic Bureau of Imagination, he wrote these words, and I think they're true for us today. And it's dare to dream, but please also do. For dreamers are many, and doers are few. So dare to dream, my friends. Don't hide your magic. Please share your gift. Seeing you shine gives the whole world a lift. I'm glad you were here. I'm Brad.
I'm Kristi.
And we're so happy you're here with us. You can see more of our work at FAIL-A-BRATION.com. We hope to do more booked events with you, so stay tuned with that. But for now, that's our time. And we're glad you were here. Very glad you were here. Not just on this program, but here on this planet with us. See ya.
Well, that's our show. Thanks for watching Booked. My name is... Wait.
Thanks.
I have something to say. Be sure to go to FAIL-A-BRATION.com.
Thanks, everybody. We're glad you were here. It was really cool. We're going to shut the thing off, but just wanted to again tell you, we really appreciate you taking time. And to all you teachers who created room for this in your classroom, like, I can't tell you how much that means. I know what a tough job it is. So thank you from the bottom of our hearts. This is our responsibility. We do not take lightly, and it's a joy we really love to be part of your lives in this way. So thank you. See you all.